Connor, Calvin, this is for both of you, and it pertains to where you're at in 22-23. Connor, you tore your ACL. You played 4 games all year. And Calvin, that was one of the years you weren't in the NHL. It's a little bit surreal right now to be thinking of the contribution that you guys made for these guys over the course of this series and how it closed out today. And we'll start with you, Connor.
Yeah, I think overcoming things like that, help you in these big moments. I think that's why Pix is able to, come in and give us such solid performances night after night. I mean, he's overcome so much in his career. He's been down and out, and so he knows what he can overcome. So I think it gives you a little bit of that confidence in those big moments.
Calvin, you're the only goalie in the league right now with a 4-0 record in the playoffs. It's about wins at the end of the day, I know that. But just a thought on, how your team kind of rallied around you tonight and the support scoring you got throughout the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first 2 games weren't our best, and then I came in Game 3. We played pretty well in all of them. I was just trying to make the saves when I could, do my job, and trust my teammates that they were going to do theirs, and we did. Tonight wasn't our best, but we found a way. We scored some goals and made some big plays when it mattered, and it's exciting. Obviously, in a week, we went from down 2-0 to winning the series, so it feels good right now and excited for what's ahead.
Over here, guys. Either one of you can answer this, or both of you. You guys were down 2-0 in the series. You also trailed in every game that you ended up winning. Was the story of this series your perseverance?
Yeah, I think so. There's no quit in that team. There's a high sense of belief. We're never out of a game. We're never out of a series. So we showed that last year. We continue to show that this year.
Connor, and for you, your line combined for 6 points tonight. Can you kind of talk about the performance of you and your 2 line mates?
I think in overtime, game 4 overtime, I think we really started to gel, and we've been building off it ever since. I think the big boy Freddie is really starting to find his game. He's got soft hands, big fella. I mean, he's fun to play with, and Rico's. I love playing with Rico. So there's something good there, so we just got to keep building on it.
Calvin, you talked earlier in the series about being able to bounce back when there's a goal that maybe you don't love early on in a game and kind of fighting your way through that. Maybe just give us a thought on what that takes. Did you feel that way a little bit tonight? Because, obviously the back portion of the game, you were fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely felt that early. I think I let in my first 2 shots. Second one wasn't very good. But, we were right there. We got off to a good start. It was 2-2 pretty early. Then we went up 3-2. So my job is just to hit the ball back, make the saves when I can, and I did that for the back half of the game. We have the ability to score a lot of goals, and we put a lot in tonight. So my job is to let one less than the other guy.
Just to follow up on Slav's question there, Connor, when the lines are rolling and everybody's having positive contributions, whether it's offensively or physically or whatever, how much more does it just help the team keep buzzing when it's everybody that's part of it?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I think, you start to get in rhythm, and I think that's what, going back to that overtime, I think that's what we really started to get into a rhythm, and it was line after line, wave after wave, set the next line up, and we kept that rhythm going. I didn't think tonight was our best game, but it's massive. I think we have a huge advantage on our team that we can play any line against any line, and I think that's going to be big for us.
Calvin, 2017, you started 50 games for the Avs and thought that, hey, you know what, this is a good start. And then you spent the next 7 years up and down, and now this year was your first full season, and you get a first series win. You're kind of an example of a guy who doesn't give up, and you just keep pushing. Do you take a moment to kind of say all of it was worth it when you finally get your first playoffs win as a series win as a starter?
For sure. I never stopped believing in myself. If you're not believing in yourself, you're not going to be very successful. So, I played some good hockey in those years since I played 50 games in Colorado, and I was always building that game and that confidence to get back to this level. I always thought I could play at this level, but I got that opportunity last year, and I'm blessed to play behind such a good team, and it gave me that confidence, and here we are, and it's an exciting time for sure.
Connor McDavid said he feels tonight was maybe your best game as an Oiler. Just felt like you dominated the whole time. Late in the season, lots of guys got more minutes because of the injuries. And it seems a lot of you guys, Janmark, yourself, have carried it into it. Do you get more into a rhythm the more you play? Do you feel that there's any connection at all to that and your performance?
Well, there's definitely you definitely get more into a rhythm the more you play. I mean, you was able to be relied upon offensively, and so I think building off that has been big. I mean, but the biggest thing I think was just I've been having fun. I mean, feel back to my full self. So just enjoying it. It's tough to really put a reason on it. It was just a fun one out there.
Calvin, what did it mean to you to start these 4 games, win them, and help this team close out the series? What did it mean to you personally?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, coming in game 3, you don't want to chase results. You just want to go out and do your job. And we played really well all 4 games. I just want to, keep, like I said before, hitting the ball back. And I don't know how many goals we scored in the 4 games I played, but I just had to keep it out at the right times. And it means a lot for sure. It's a good series win, and we're excited for what's to come.
I mean, the number of games you did play this year, how much did that prepare you for this?
Yeah, obviously played a little bit more than expected probably at the start of the year. It was good to get into a rhythm towards the end of the season there with, Skins' injury. And I was playing really good hockey. It was probably my best hockey of the year heading into playoffs. So I was ready if called upon, and I was called upon pretty early, obviously, in the playoffs. And I just want to keep it going.
Connor, just over here. You said a couple times down the stretch that you feel like this team has a lot of dogs, right? What do you think about the last couple games in terms of a kind of a total pack mentality and how you guys were able to close the series out?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of guys that want the puck on their stick in big moments. I mean, RV showed that. Janitor showed that time and time again. Rico showed that. You can go through every line, and we got guys that want the puck in big moments, and guys that aren't shying away from any type of limelight or any type of adversity. So, that's huge. And when you see the guy next to you hungry and wants to be the difference, it carries through, and it gives each other confidence. And so I think we got a unique club.
Follow that up. I mean, you guys won the last 2 games with 3 total points from your big dogs, Connor and Leon. How does that give you confidence going into the next series?
Well, it's big. I mean, it's a team game. And I mean, the deeper you go in the playoffs, the more it becomes a team game, and the more it becomes about, what's your team missing, and, you highlight those things. And I think, that, our depth guys were able to produce when needed, and we're going to need a lot more of that.
Connor, what does it say? Did the penalty killers take it upon themselves after the first couple of games to step up and stop the bleeding? Because LA's power play was pretty effective, and you're one of the penalty killers.
Yeah, I think we took it pretty personal. There's a lot of pride in that penalty kill room, and we were getting embarrassed first couple games, and so Stewie did some unbelievable jobs, making some really solid tweaks that I tipped Stoff off to, but but I think we did a good job of executing, and Stewie did a really good job of just, seeing what they were giving them, and then making a little adjustments that we were able to get in flow again, get in rhythm, and they weren't snapping around like they were the first couple of games. So I thought, hats off to him and the whole group for stepping up there.
I thought Stoff was smart enough to see that on his own. No?
He didn't leak it, so that was all. It was good.
One thing, you didn't play against LA last year. How disappointing was that?
That was tough. Yeah, there's no other way around it. That was tough. Last year was a tough one at times between the years. Coming off injury, felt like I battled really hard to have a good end of the regular season and to not play that first round. It's obviously tough, but the boys rolled, and I just tried to stay ready, and you just try to build off it. Like those are the moments that the adversities that give you strength moving forward. So.
Just get a quick comment from both of you, just looking ahead. Vegas obviously won tonight, and just thoughts heading into that series.
Yeah, obviously good team. First place in the division. Good building to play in. Good team off the rush. They're kind of well-rounded. We got a couple wins against them, I think, this year, and we saw them there towards the end of the year in Vegas. Got a good win. Hard fought, physical, and should be a fun series.
Yeah, they're a veteran group. They have a good winning recipe. They got a lot of strengths to their game. So we'll need a full team effort. We'll need everybody to be able to get through.